lovelies, welcome back to a new video. If you are new here, hey love, my name is Gabby. I would definitely love it if you subscribed. Today's video I'm doing another pep talk, and this one is like a little bit requested, not gonna lie. Like, you guys were like, please talk about friends, and I was like, ciao. I do have a whole lot of experience with this subject. Let's just go ahead and get right into the video. So the first thing that I want to talk about before I get into the tips, which is super important, you guys really need to take this in. Everything that I'm going to talk about in this video does not make this person a bad person, or even if you see yourself reflected in some of the things that I'm going to say, it doesn't make you a bad person. And everyone is not your lifetime friend, okay? People come into your life for certain seasons, for certain reasons, and when it's over, it's just done. It's normal, it's natural, it happens. This is how you can grow, and this is how other people can grow. So just keep that in your mind. We all have some improvement to make, okay? All right, so let's get into the real tea. Let's get into how you can spot a fake friend and know when your time and your season with somebody is up. First thing that I want to talk about is friends that are jealous or envious of you. Friends that are jealous of you or envious of you, even worse, if they are envious of you, it's going to be very hard for you to have a relationship with these people. And here's why. If they desire what you have, if they, want who you have in your life, they want to literally get to the point where they want to be you, it's not going to work out in a friendship of any kind, because they're simply never going to be you, and they're never going to be able to be happy for you or motivate you or do anything for you other than dragging you down, because they are not going to be happy with the fact that they don't have what you have and they're not you. This honestly always leads to a very, very, very toxic friendship, sort of kind of in hidden agendas. They may do things that don't make any sense but is very hurtful to you, or you may not understand because you've been such a good friend to this person, and then they do something crazy, something that will purposely make you feel bad, hurt your feelings, and it's all because they're upset with the fact that you are who you are, you have what you have who you have, and they don't. And as much as you share that with them, they can't really learn to appreciate that, because in their heads they're always going to remember that it's not mine. So they can't really appreciate the fact that you are their friend and you're trying to invite them into your world because they want your world. They can't handle it. So if you find yourself with people like that, it's definitely kind of time to do a snip snap, or really just get it mentally, let go, chop it off, because it's going to be a very, very, very toxic cycle for you. And you have to know people. When someone shows you who they are, take it for what it's worth and adjust accordingly, okay? Brings me to number 2. The way that you can know that someone is not a real friend to you is when they cannot be happy for you. There's 2 different types of friends in this category. The first one is you tell your friend about your dreams, your goals, your aspirations in life, and I want to be a runway model. Let's just use that for example. And you tell your friend and you're like, I want to be on Victoria's Secret runway, or I want to be on, the walls of the stores when you walk in, and your friend is just like, maybe you should aim a little lower. Maybe, I don't know, it's really hard to, break into the model industry. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Debbie Downers, that's really your friend. You bring up your aspirations, your dreams to them. If my friend came to me and was like, I want to be a model, I'd be like, you know what? Okay, what do we have to do? How many photos do you have to take? Let's start building your portfolio. Let's go. Let's get on it. Have you prayed about it? Is this really, are you sure this is your venture? Because I'm 10 toes down for you. I'm 100% supporting you. That's the type of energy you should have when your friend comes to you and says something like that. If you go to your friend and they don't have that energy, it's not your friend, sis. Second type, You go to them with your dreams, your aspirations. You tell them you want to be a model and all this other stuff, and they are so excited. Like, they are rooting for you. They're in your corner. They even, repost your pictures, liking everything, sharing everything. And then you become the model, okay? Then Victoria's Secret actually hits you up and is like, we would love to have you on the runway. And now all of a sudden, your friends know where to be found, okay? Now it's like they act like they don't see your pictures, okay? Now they can't comment, they can't love it, they can't hype you up. And the reason for this is because your friend was only able to support you as long as you were doing less than they were, or as long as you weren't actually stepping into and manifesting this thing that you kept talking about you wanted to do, okay? That is not a friend either. Friends should always be able to motivate each other. If you're up here and I'm down here, I'm going to be inspired by you and driven by you because of the love and care that I have for you. It's like I'm going to want to get up there with my friend. Like, we win together. It's okay if it's at separate times. You should be happy for your friend throughout the entire process. You see this in people you meet, let it go. Now that you're on your way, if they can't handle it anymore, their season is up. And I promise you, like, God will have somebody at each level of your life for you. So you don't have to try and hold on to them. Let it go, snip, snap, move on. The next form of a fake friend is someone that is just using you, girl. They are just using and abusing you. You could be used in a lot of different ways. It's not always like materialized things, like it's like they just come to you when they want money, or when they want things, or when they want support, or advice, but they don't want to actually return the favor. And they also don't even really care, okay? They don't care about you. They care about what you can provide. Another form of this that kind of goes into a little bit of another type of fake friend is those friends that use you to boost their self-esteem. That is not your friend. Let's say, for example, like, you go out and there's some guys that come around that this friend of yours is like interested in, or like wants to impress. She will go out of her way to throw you under the bus and say something embarrassing about you to make herself look like the better person and feel like the better person, okay? She's literally using you to try and camouflage the insecurities. It's not your friend. That is not your friend. Sometimes accidents happen. Sometimes people say things that later on your friend is like, I would have rather you not say that. And it's like, okay, understandable. But if somebody is purposely, you know the difference. They purposely, like, let's say they tell Johnny, like, she didn't shave her legs today, she looks like a hairy gorilla. I don't know. Like, if they say something like that, something rude to really hurt your feelings and embarrass you and try to minimize you in front of them because they're trying to impress someone else because they don't have enough confidence to do that on their own, that's not your friend. And they are using you. They're trying to treat you like a pawn, sis, and you're not a pawn. So it's snip, snap, move on. So this next tip is honestly, like, it's a little tricky, but very clear once I break it down. If you are friends with someone who is friends with your enemy, that can very well not be your friend. So there's two types of situations for this that I thought about, because I'm a type of person, I like to have my own mind. I'm very, very, very independent when it comes to the way that I think and process things. So I'm not gonna just start disliking somebody because you dislike somebody. Like, I need a solid reason for myself to not get along with someone or not like them. However, okay, if you have done something to my friend, I'm not gonna go and hit you up and be like, let's go get some cookies and milk. What do we have to talk about? And why am I even going out of my way to talk to someone who has hurt my friend? You know what I mean? It just, that don't look good. It's fake, and you need to snip, snap, okay? Now, the second scenario is, which I have been in many times before, is my friend will have a falling out with someone else that I happen to have a relationship with already. But here's the key, okay? I'm not saying that you have to cut off that person because one friend got into it with them. What I am saying is you should be 100% real, and you should be able to trust that your friend is going to be 100% real at all times. If you fell out with somebody and your friend had a relationship with that person, when your friend gets around that person, you should be able to trust that if that person brings up your name, your friend's going to shut it down. They're going to be like, you know what? I know you guys had a falling out. It doesn't have anything to do with me. I have love for both of you guys. I don't want to hear anybody's name mentioned around me. You got something to say? Go and say it to her. Period. If you have a friend and they fall into gossiping about you behind your back, especially with your enemy, that is not your friend, okay? Like, they don't know how to hold their ground. They would be fake before they would be real to you, and that's not a friend, because friends don't have room for fakeness. You cannot say, hey, I don't have anything to do with this, and I pray that you work it out. End of the discussion. If they can't do that. So the next type of fake friend is friends that can only be friends with you in private. What? I'm too good, okay, of a person and a friend for you to say that you're gonna try to hide me. No, honey, this is fake, okay? I don't care what anybody says, this is fake. And yes, people may have reasons where they're like, I don't want it to get out because of this and that, or because of different very strong influences of the people around them not liking you or something like that. But at the end of the day, if somebody is your true friend, they will stand up against those things that people have said about you or try to convince them of about you. And if they want to be your friend, they don't care who knows, okay? They don't care if Bob down the street knows that y'all are friends, even though Bob can't stand you. Like, well, you're just not gonna be able to stand her, but this is my friend, so period. You should not be a secret. Friendships is literally a form of relationships without the romance, okay? If I was dating somebody, I wouldn't want my man saying like, I can't post you because people can't know we're together. What do you mean people can't know we're together? Why not? Like, if people can't know we're together, then we're not together. You feel me? If people can't know we're friends, then we're not friends. And maybe you're an associate that still has some things to get over before you can allow yourself to be free and really be my friend. But if I can't trust you to let everybody know what our relationship is, why should I trust you to be a friend? You don't ditch that, okay? Tell them, you know what, I'm praying for you in your ventures, but it's time. It's just time. All right, so I'm very, very clear with you guys, okay? People that gossip about you behind your back and never, ever, ever confront you, never say what they need to say to your face, are not your friends. They're just not your friends. Even if it's something that you have about yourself that's like toxic or something that they don't like about you, if they would rather go and say it to somebody else and not even come to you to have you work on it so that your relationship can get better, that's not your friend. You're supposed to be so loyal and true and honest and there for them, and you won't even tell them what they're doing wrong, but you'll go tell somebody else because you like to gossip and you like to be fake and you don't really care about that person for real. You just want something to talk about. Because if that was your friend, the first person you would be calling is them. If you're not ready to have that conversation, you definitely don't call somebody else. What is somebody else gonna do? It hurts. It does not feel good to find out that you have been discussed behind your back. So if somebody's doing that to you, and I mean constantly doing that to you, you need to cut them off. That's not your friend. Your friend should be able to be straightforward with you, honest with you. You should have a comfortable environment, a healthy environment, to where you can have those types of discussions with each other and it'll end on a good note. And you don't have room to be friends with people that just like to talk, okay? Now, as I'm approaching the end of this video, I really just want to put more emphasis on the fact that just because your season is up with someone does not necessarily mean that they are a fake friend, but it means that this is potentially what they're going to turn into. When your time is up with somebody, for whatever that reason may be, the time is up. Time to cut them off. By cut them off, I don't mean literally you have to call up your friend and be like, hey, we can't be friends anymore. No, that's not what I mean. You get in up here, okay? You get in up here in your head that it's time for you to move on from that person. That way, whatever they do or whatever they don't do will not hinder you. It won't stop you from growing. And you will run into that next person that's meant to be your friend in that time. Or maybe you will meet your friend that's supposed to be your friend for the rest of your life. Who knows? But the most important thing is you're not holding on to someone whose time is up, because that's how you end up with fake friends. Cut it off, because I promise there's nothing you can do about the fact that the friendship has kind of come to a standstill and it's time for you to bounce, or it's time for them to bounce. Either way, it's natural, it's normal. Let it go so you won't be miserable and you won't be stuck in toxic friendships that are not healthy for you and not helping you grow in any way. Alright guys, so that is pretty much it for this video. And if you noticed yourself in any of these things that I listed, all it takes is you recognizing it, working on it, and growing from it. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. I hope that I answered some of the questions that you guys were sending me. Definitely comment down below if you enjoyed this, and comment down more pep talks that you guys would like for me to do. I love doing these videos. Like, I love just sitting here and just talking and giving advice on things that I know to give advice on, because it's helpful, and that's really all I want to do, is just help you guys in any way that I possibly can. I love you guys so much. As always, thank you so much for watching. Definitely be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!